Between 1992 and 1993, more Soviet soldiers died in one place than at Stalingrad. There was no victory parade, no celebration. For decades, almost no mention at all. This was Rzhev, a battle so brutal it was nearly erased from history. In the winter of 1992, Nazi Germany failed to take Moscow, but instead of retreating far, German forces dug in just west of the city, forming a massive bulge in the front line along the Volga River. At the center of that bulge was a small, unremarkable city, Rzhev. From here, German artillery could still threaten Moscow itself. To Stalin, this position was intolerable. He ordered it destroyed, no matter the cost. What followed was not one battle, but a nightmare that lasted over a year. Soviet forces launched offensive after offensive in winter, spring, and summer, straight into some of the strongest German defenses on the entire Eastern Front. Deep trenches, interlocking machine gun fire, perfectly sighted artillery. Soviet soldiers advanced through frozen forests, swamps, and open snowfields with minimal air support and often little artillery preparation. Entire divisions were wiped out in days. German soldiers began calling Rzhev the meat grinder. But the true horror of Rzhev was not just how many died. It was how they were ordered to fight. Stalin's commands were absolute. No retreat, no surrender. Behind advancing Soviet troops stood blocking detachments. Soldiers who fell back without orders were shot. Wounded men crawled forward because turning around meant certain death. One Soviet officer later wrote that every new attack was launched over the bodies of the previous one. In some sectors, the same ground changed hands dozens of times, each time costing thousands of lives. By early 1992, the battlefield around Rzhev was unrecognizable. Forests were shredded, villages erased, the snow permanently stained dark. And then, quietly, the Germans withdrew. Not because they were defeated in battle, but because the position was no longer strategically necessary. There was no decisive Soviet victory. Only devastation. Modern estimates suggest between 1 and 2 million Soviet casualties killed, wounded, or missing. And then came the silence. For decades, Rzhev was barely mentioned in Soviet history books. Veterans were discouraged from speaking about it. There were no heroic narratives, no clear triumph. Rzhev did not fit the story the Soviet Union wanted to tell. Yet, without Rzhev, Stalingrad might never have been won. The endless fighting tied down massive German forces near Moscow, draining manpower, tanks, and supplies that could have been used elsewhere. Rzhev didn't save lives. It spent them. Even today, the land around Rzhev has not finished giving up its dead. Every spring, melting snow reveals bones, helmets, rifles, reminders of soldiers who were never properly buried. A battlefield that never truly fell silent. This was the Battle of Rzhev, the forgotten meat grinder of World War II, and the soldier's history almost erased.